Why the Nazgûl refused to face him. The fear the Nazgûl felt toward Glorfindel was not the primal fear of a soldier facing a superior blade, but the ontological terror of a shadow facing a sun it cannot eclipse. The Ringwraiths are creatures of fear and dread. Their greatest weapon is the Black Breath, a psychological despair that shatters the will of mortal men. However, this weapon is useless against Glorfindel. Having died and been re-embodied by the Valar, Glorfindel's spirit had been enhanced to a degree that he no longer possessed the capacity for mortal fear. When he pursued the Nine toward the ford of Bruinen, he was not merely hunting them, he was exerting a spiritual authority that caused the environment of the unseen world to become hostile to them. Tolkien makes it clear that the Nazgûl are sensitive to presence. In the text, as Glorfindel approaches, the Ringwraiths do not charge, they give way. This hesitation stems from their recognition of Glorfindel's status as a high elf of the First Age. To the Witch King, Glorfindel was a living memory of the ancient wars that nearly destroyed their master, Sauron. The Nazgûl are sustained by the corruptive power of the One Ring, but Glorfindel is sustained by the pure light of the Blessed Realm. Because he exists simultaneously in the unseen world as a pillar of white fire, the Nazgûl are blinded by his proximity. To stay and fight him would be to risk a direct spiritual confrontation that could unhouse their spirits and send them shrieking back to Mordor. This dynamic of hesitation reached its climax at the ford of Bruinen. While the movies show the Nazgûl boldly entering the water to chase Arwen, the book describes a much more cautious retreat. They were trapped between the fire of Glorfindel behind them and the water of Elrond before them. The Witch King only entered the river out of a desperate attempt to reach the ring before the flood arrived, but he did so while constantly looking back at the golden-haired lord. This hesitation proved that Glorfindel was the ultimate deterrent. His presence alone was enough to disrupt the coordination of the Nine and provide the critical seconds needed for Frodo to reach safety.